Hello, my name is Bakri Bernard Boma and welcome to the Black Suit Tonight Africa Rising channel. Now if you've seen me, then you know we are coming up with a very great episode this Sunday night. Now watch us live on Sunday night GMT. When I say Sunday night, 9 p.m. GMT, you come here for your episode about what's going on the continent of Africa. Now what's up for this very week or this particular episode? Wodemaya has returned from his $10,000 trip from DR Congo. His first class experience, and most importantly, he has some tidbit for you from the continent of Africa and Congo to be precise. I happen to join his live and there are a lot of information that he's spewing, some in favor of Congo and some, well, you wouldn't really expect that from someone who is projecting Africa to the world. He has much to say. We are going to also look at what the discussion is going on for the African youth concerning the development of Africa. Is it our leaders? Is it we, those in the diaspora, not investing enough? Or is it Western hegemony that is putting us to whichever position that we are in right now? If you want to hear more about this, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Alright, so welcome back. If you're new here, then kindly subscribe. This is the Black Suit Tonight Africa Rising. We look at situations that are involving black excellence all around the world, but when we come to the continent of Africa, we bring you only the positive news, no negatives. I mean, if you are here for the wahala and something that will make you laugh, well, you can get some funny tidbits here while we try to, tell about the positive vibe. We notch it up with some slight, comic reactions and all that. So you can laugh over here, but here it's just about the positivity. We don't talk about anything negative. Like as I hinted on it in the introduction, Wodemaya has just returned from DR Congo. He has a lot to say. I happened to join his YouTube live and I was there and he was speaking about his experience and I have something to share about it. But most importantly, since we don't want to make this show the Maya show, we want to also look at what is actually going on, taking some clue from what he said and what the discussion has been. This is the Black Suit Tonight Africa Rising channel. Before we get into the conversation, let me take this opportunity to actually commend my over 1,000 subscribers wherever you are. And this particular person, there is a couple in Nanjing, China. They are Ghanaian couple, Mama C, Cynthia, and your husband, Ahin. I think you are the best promoters in the world. You are promoting this show, for nothing. When I say for nothing, it means I haven't really given you anything, but you guys are just there always. I think you need a mention. And for some of the wonderful subscribers, Clement and Yobe, he's always sometimes the first to comment. Thank you for the good job that you are doing. If you're new here, kindly subscribe, be part of the BWT Black Suit Tonight Africa Rising family, and maybe one day your name can also be mentioned like this for the good job that you are doing. Even if you want to be seen more, you can even share and let your people subscribe and join this channel. Like I said, it's Africa to the world. And speaking of Africa to the world, this is a whole media project that we are bringing it up to you. For now, it looks like a one-man show, but we are very thankful for the sponsors that are coming in and for the people that are forming the bigger team. Speaking about the bigger team, we've been able to come up with a lot of equipment as you see on your screen. Yeah, we have a lot. All these are gadgets that we've procured for this project. It's not just your common YouTube channel. It's going to be a very wonderful, project that we are going to project Africa to the world. Now, speaking about Africa to the world, let's come back. Speaking about Africa to the world, we have a proverb that whoever is behind, learn his work from the one in front. This is a Ghanaian tree proverb that I'm trying to translate straight into English. So, there's going to be hitches and hatches over there. All right, so now let's move on. Since Wodemaya is the very first person, or when you talk about Africa to the world, he's the one that everybody is looking up to. You can talk anything about him, but man, that guy is doing great and is doing wonderful. Now, recently, you could all see that he was in DR Congo and he was having fun time, having good time. But it's not all rosy. I think he spoke about his experience there and some sad moments that he actually encountered and all that. First of all, let me tell you that this trip that he went costed him $10,000. Yeah, you're surprised? Yeah, $10,000. He went with his crew and the cameraman, the editors, yeah, the one to hold the bags and the person to iron his boxes, all of them. So yeah, so he went with a lot of crew. I don't know how many of them, but man, flight ticket alone in and out. I mean, he's Ethiopian airline ambassador, all right, but you know, sometimes they will not cover everything. And I mean, his free trip might just be economy, and you know, he was in the first class. Yeah, so maybe he had to top it up. And yeah, for the other team, of course, economy. But anyway, it's still expensive anyway. So $10,000 for this DR Congo trip. And he said he has about more than 50 episodes or more than 20 episodes. I think, Wodemaya, I think if you're watching this, you can comment here. Let me know how many episodes you say you have. And yeah, and those that join him on his YouTube live, if you know, you can comment here. He said he has about 20 or 50 episodes that is coming. But there's something that he said that I think we have to look at it. He said that in terms of development, I think Congo is lagging behind. Of course, Congo will lag behind. And that is where my point actually come in. Is it because the leadership of Congo are not trying enough? Or is it because Western hegemony? Now, speaking about Western hegemony, King Leopold of Belgium, we know all the atrocities that he has caused in between the two Congos and all that, the human atrocities and the genocide and all that. I mean, siphoning Congolese minerals. I mean, in terms of minerals and all that, Congo is one of the most rich in the continent of Africa. But their condition is something that you can't actually talk about. Is it the leadership, or is it Western hegemony that's going on? Or is it the fact that Congolese are not investing, as Wodemaya put it, enough in Dr. Congo? Is it investment? Is it leadership? You can let me know in the comment section below. Now, speaking about this issue, right? I recently made an episode about some development that is going on in Ghana, especially when you talk about the Ghana having a new MRO. I mean, maintenance, repair, and overhauling of aircrafts at the Kotoka airport. I said this, usually, you know, when you want to share your episode, you share it all to some of your friends and all that. So there's this friend of mine, actually he's an old schoolmate, and he happened to be in the States right now, and he gave a very profound comment, and I'm going to read it up to you very soon. Just stay with me, be patient with me, right? And I felt like he has spoken holistically about the issue or the situation that's on the continent of Africa. But I beg to differ in one way or the other. I mean, in as much as I subscribe to about 80% of his sentiment, I feel like Western hegemony still has a role to play in the condition of Africa right now. And also, the diaspora also really have another role to play. You know, recently we had an episode with the co-founder of Gura Ride, Rwanda's Gura Ride, and he made a profound statement too about the diaspora coming back to the continent of Africa and investing. I mean, there are a lot of African diaspora, especially in Ghana, that are coming into Ghana and bringing in tremendous, I mean, unthinkable innovations on in Ghana right now. You can think about this guy who has brought about this smart lockers and all that. There's this Nelson who is also coming up with Nail Plus. You know, Africa is, I mean, troubled with a lot of waste. We are coming up with a full episode on that, so I wouldn't want to, I mean, disturb you. Who is actually using waste to make bricks for building houses. I mean, these are innovations that we would need people from the diaspora and also the locals, just as Nelson is doing. So Wodemaya says that the people or Congolese are not investing in Congo enough. Now, speaking about that, before I go to my friend's comment, right? When China was opening up, their leader, Deng Xiaoping, who was bringing out the opening up policy, he opened China up for privatization. What's happening today? What did I eat? I mean, privatization, I'm sorry. Deng Xiaoping opened up, yes, China for to the diaspora for privatization. And so a lot of the Chinese diaspora came with money, I mean capital, and came with a lot of innovation. Because if you have lived in America for like 10 years, you've seen the subways, you've seen the trains, you see how everything works. So they brought these innovations to develop it. What are Africans doing? Do we just enjoy staying outside of our continent? Or do we haven't we also seen, sometimes we chide our leadership that, oh, they made a trip here and they came here, they have seen the roads and they have seen the machines, they have seen what is happening. My friend, you stay there for 10 years. Your leader came there for just 1 week and you are chiding him that he hasn't seen that, he hasn't seen that. I mean, I'm not saying that, I'm not shielding our leaders, right? I feel like in one way or the other, their hands are a little bit tight. Because even when they need to go for loans, yeah, of course, I'm not saying they should always go for loans, but sometimes even when they are going for loans that will actually help this project, these loans come with conditions, right? And that's the part that I think Western hegemony. Oh, today what's happening? Western what? Hegemony, all right, has a role to play. Now, speak about the colonial tax of the Francophone countries by France. This is a clear example of how the French countries, the leaderships, their hands are tied. Of course, now Kenneth Mboya seem to be very radical, and I hope it's not a one-day show or a one-day wonder now that he has even been crowned president of Guinea and all that. But yeah, there are a few of these countries that are trying to, change the tide. The military junta in Mali, and now they are actually needing Russia support so that they can resist the force from France, so that France wouldn't put them again under their umbrella. Kagame and Rwanda left the French hegemony and they are free now. So come on. I feel like Western hegemony really has a role to play. And now, doubling it down by Western hegemony. If you have read Dambisa Moyo's book, yes, if you've read Dambisa Moyo's book, Dead Aid, she make a very profound analysis about what is really crippling African economy. She says, sorry, did I say he? Oh guys, today I don't know what's happening, but I'm just messing things up, but that's all right. Now, Dambisa Moyo makes a profound statement about the situation in Africa. Not only is the aid that are given to African leaders are more like a bait to bring Africa down to our impoverished state, because mind you, the more impoverished we are, the more we become desperate, and the more the Western world can exploit us. That is a fact that every one of us need to know. Speak about the Germany, the Berlin summit in the early 80s, in the late 80s, that brought about the demarcation of Africa and all that, and more, right? So the more impoverished we are, the more desperate we are, and the more we run to them, and the more they manipulate us, all right? So they need us in this condition. So I'm not sure they are going to give you a loan that will really transform your economy. So that's the very first point. And I like Magufuli, the late Magufuli, when he made up his mind that he would not go for any loan, and he was actually literally transforming Tanzania until his unfortunate demise. So yeah, Dambisa Moyo says that in her book, all right, the aid that is given to African leaders are not only, a bait to our impoverished state, but they also give our African leaders some sort of mentality, some sort of dependence on them. And so when even they get this money, they feel like they will always go get it. And some of these loans, apart from the fact that it has high interest rate, and of course recently some of them are coming in the form of interest-free, speaking about China in that regard, and yeah, so they tend to misuse. I think that's the very first thing that I have to say. They tend to misuse this, all right, and that is more like the first bait. Now the second aspect of how the Western world is manipulating Africa is through our industries. I'm very thankful to the president of Ghana for his one district, one factory agenda. And we are coming to make another segment, a series actually, on that particular issue that's going on. This is the Black Suite Tonight Africa Rising channel. If you are listening, yes, we are live this Sunday night, 9 p.m. GMT. If you are late, don't worry, keep watching, and always try to come here as early as 9 p.m. GMT to watch your news. Now, speaking about Dambisa Moyo's book again, and the industry in Africa. Now, take it for instance that the aid, right, or the medical aid, let's take it for a medical aid, for instance. Let's say malaria, and I think it was a very good example of malaria. Now, let's say there's an industry in Africa that produces mosquito net in Africa, right? And now our leaders go to the Western world to seek for aid to help solve malaria. Now, if Germany wants to give help, genuine help, right, to curb malaria, they can rather invest in the company, the local company in Africa, to produce more mosquito nets. And in the course of that, a lot of people will get a mosquito net to prevent them from getting malaria. A lot of people will be employed in this local industry, and manufacturing will boom while the cost of production will go low because of the aid that comes. But what do the Western world do? No, they will not invest in these companies, but they will rather bring free mosquito nets. Free, literally free. And so when people are getting free mosquito nets, who is going to buy that of the local manufacturer in that particular country? So that company ends up being collapsed and people losing their jobs and all that. And this has been going on for centuries, for centuries, for centuries, or for decades, for decades, for decades. That's what's going on. That's how the Western world collapsed our companies and caused massive unemployment on our continent. If you haven't seen, I'm giving you that. And if you want more, go and read that book. Yes, it's showing on your screen, Dambisa Moyo. I mean, she's one of the most cherished ladies, one of the few ladies that I really cherish for her profound, a statement that he's been making on TED Talk and all that, and in various Western universities. She is speaking truth to power. Now, before we move on to the test, I promise you I'm going to read the test from my friend, and let me know your comment about that. Let me throw some shout out to our sponsors. Yes, zelnam.com. Just go there, click on it, go to the website and get your things bought. I almost say get your things buy. Oh my God, today I don't know what's happening. All right, so go to zelnam.com for all your electrical accessories and all that, appliances, home appliances, and yeah, get your clothes. Your daily wears, your shoes, your watches, your everything. Ladies, the panties and the bra, everything. Yeah, go get it at zelnam.com. Now, another sponsor, yes, is Tripstar. Tripstar. Yes, go and see this guy, and he will give you the best sourcing products, especially from China. Actually, it's around the world, but now the whole world is turning to China when it comes to goods production. So if you want to get your product sourced from China, that's your number one person that you have to actually look up to. Tripstar. Just go there and see them. They're available. They have offices in Accra and also Nanjing, China. Just call the numbers on your screen, and they are going to really do justice to whatever you want. They said, chill, relax, and let them help you. All right, so now moving on. I'm going to read that from my friend, and yes, give me some time. It's actually interesting, all right? And I wouldn't want to boss your mind. Yeah, that's Koji Sheldon of Ghana for you, bossing your mind and all that. So I'm going to tell you what my friend said. And I might not want to mention the name, all right, but I think his statement is very profound, and I cannot hide this from you. And after that, like I said, let me know what you also think. Once again, my name is Bekwin Bernard Boma, and if you're new here, kindly subscribe, share this video, and let us talk about the world. We are talking about Wodemaya strip, what we are taking in from it, and all that. This is it. So let's get this. All right, let's get this going. All right, so this is from Payne Albert from US. And this is what he has to say. I told you he is a former schoolmate and yeah, and a friend. And Albert, I know you are a subscriber and you are watching right now. Your comment that you sent to me on Instagram is what I'm letting the world know. Your sentiment about why Africa hasn't developed. Well, of course, he's in the States and he sees a lot of the development that is there. And I don't know, have you been to Ghana again yet? Well, but let's go. Okay, so this is what he has to say. Africa hasn't developed not because of some foreign influence or the taking of resources from Africa. I beg to differ a little bit from here, but let's move on. Africa's resources are immeasurable. Immeasurable, so now I think he wants to say something like not replenishable? Oh, no. Replenishable? Not depletable? Okay, so it will not finish. All right, so the problem lies with the leaders who take greater pleasure in enriching themselves. Yeah, that one, yes, but all right. So the white man has little to do with the woes of Africa. Okay, that's according to him. The taste for advancement, civilization, and world stage recognition have really never been a priority of our leaders. Let me know what you think. I think I wouldn't want to comment much on this. So Albert Payne, I'm still reading. Now, speaking about our leaders, he meant the African leaders, by the way. They are immune to change, and as a result, change has been immune to them. Now, these are great and profound words. Change has been immune to African leaders. They don't want change. Yeah, it's interesting, but let's see. So we can keep beating a dead horse. That's a white foreign man who is a dead horse, yeah, and keep blaming them for most of our troubles. But until the gold mine between our ears, that's our mind, yes, okay. So yes, between our ears as Africans change from self-congratulation, self-righteousness, moral vanity, and obsession about cultural practices that does not for growth except boost, that does not that does not, okay, I think bring growth. I think that's what he wanted to say. Except to boost our unwarranted pride and in ourselves. Wow. Africa, we have unwarranted pride in ourselves. The next generation of Africans are bound to suffer the same fate as their ancestors. Attitude of minds is the answer to Africans' problems. Wow. Now that's what Ahmed Payne is saying. And if you agree with him, let me know in the comment section. And if you also have different sentiments, drop it in the comment section. Today we talked about Wodemaya's trip, his return from Congo, and why he thinks Congo is still not developing. He says Congolese are not investing in Africa enough. And yeah, speaking about his trip, like I said, he spent about $10,000 to go for this trip. And so if someone spent this amount of money, take him for his word. And yeah, this show is not about Maya, but like I said, he is the first, the pioneer in promoting Africa to the world. And we, those that are following behind, yes, of course, we have to take some clues from him. So Wodemaya, thank you for this particular trip. And we can't wait to see your 20 episodes. But we also had to, take some clues from your, statement that you made, your profound statement that you made about DR Congo. So people, we're about to leave. Let me know what you think about this Africa and the development issues that are going on. This is to tell you that Africa is developing all right, but sometimes we have to sit down and to discuss some of these issues. My name is Bernard Boma, and this has been a particular episode about the Black Suit Tonight Africa Rising channel. If you are new here, kindly consider subscribing, liking this video. Please, I want to get about 100, just 100 likes on this video. So thank you very much, and I'll see you with another banger. Ghana's new shoe manufacturing industry. Come on. We are coming up also with that very soon. So see you when I see you.